Your Excellency, everyone has been saying that you're such a nice guy, but I thought it's just online. Yesterday I met no, no, yesterday I met you and how you going somewhere. You were like, you know what? I'm busy, eh? But I'll see you later. Did you actually come back to look for
Yeah,
me?
I came and
You came
looked
back.
for you. You were nowhere to be found.
Ah, but
But it's good to meet
no,
you.
it's good to
Yes, I've
meet you.
heard so much about you. And
Have you ever seen my videos before?
yeah, my children watch you. And
No,
they told me about you.
I think you need to start watching me, and I know that you're gonna fall in love with me.
I will. I will. I will.
Your Excellency, these questions are coming from me. I'm gonna do more like the questions that a layman Ghanaian has been asking, like,
Yeah.
general African questions and stuff like that. So my first question, I mean, you were once the president of Ghana,
Yeah.
and the people of Ghana decided to change you.
Yeah.
I know and believe that you want to be president again.
Well, maybe. You never know what happens.
What are you gonna do differently this time?
Yeah, I keep getting asked this question. Um, we did a lot in my time, and at the time our focus was on infrastructure because we came and met a situation where our infrastructure was degraded. And so, of course, all the investments that we raised, we put into improving the roads, building interchanges, expanding the airports, new terminal buildings. We built a new harbor, we built new hospitals, and all that. I know that if we do come into office again in 2025, the fiscal space is going to be very narrow because of the one of we're going to have primaries and people are going to contest, and so you cannot presume that I'm going to emerge as the presidential candidate.
And I know since you're a nice guy, you're talking about corruption. Will it be possible for you? I mean, discipline people who are corrupt in your government,
Yes.
because that's one thing that we've been fighting about. I know and believe that you heard about the problems of Africa when you were growing up. I mean, it's been there all the time. Everyone keep on saying the leaders, the leaders, the leaders. You don't think that narrative needs to change?
It has changed. Today, we held a side event. I'm the chairman of the Panel Forum,
Hmm.
which is the leading peace and security think tank in Africa.
Hmm.
And we're talking with our European counterparts, and we're talking about investment in Africa, having more control of our natural resources, and issues like that, bilateral trade, the African Continental Free Trade Area. But I was honest to say that other issues that are within our own control to review are things like corruption, good governance, more democracy, free speech, protection of human rights. Those ones you don't need any foreigners to come and do for you. You need to do those yourselves. So those are issues that we must resolve ourselves internally. And then based on that, we can go and sit on the table and tell others that this is what we want to see.
But definitely, you know the fundamental problem of our economy.
Yes.
We actually export more of our raw materials and
Yes.
importing finished goods.
Little value addition.
Your Excellency, you don't think this must change just to help the local entrepreneur in
Even
Ghana?
before you talk about value addition, there's the problem of our huge food import bill.
But Africa, because we're focusing on Ghana too much.
Yeah.
I know your father used to be in the Nkrumah's government.
Yes.
So are you a fan of Kwame Nkrumah?
Yes.
But borderless Africa.
Yes.
I've been a victim. I just had a brawl at the Togo Ghana border just because I refused to pay bribe.
Yeah.
I mean, as a young African trying to travel within Africa, it's extremely difficult to travel within Africa. When you're once a president, you don't think Africa need a border? We should be a borderless continent, just like Europe. I had a visa for Germany. I was in Austria. I was in Netherlands. No one asked me anything. But on the continent of Africa, there's no free movement of people and goods. I mean, I will want to ask you because I'm so much advocate for this. And when you come to power, what are you going to do to change that?
Well, I was president of Ghana, and so I was a member of the AU, Authority of African Heads of States. We prepared the protocol for visa-free travel in Africa. We're going to pass it in Kigali. At the last minute, there were objections from, I remember South Africa, but there were 2 or 3 countries that objected and said we should delay it until much later. Now, you know what I did? I came back to Ghana and I said, well, if the other countries won't pass it, we'll pass it in Ghana. And so I allowed visa-free travel for all African passports. You can apply for your visa at the airport. And people started taking advantage of it. Today, if you have an African passport, you can travel to Accra and apply for the visa when you get to Accra. And it hasn't changed Ghana in any way. Nothing extraordinary has happened. So I don't see why we cannot start with visa-free travel. In ECOWAS, we have it. ECOWAS, if you fly into Nigeria, you don't need a visa. I agree with you that the borders and the parochial things that the people do there is it's not sanctioned. I mean, these are corrupt individuals who try to take advantage of a situation. Otherwise, in ECOWAS, we should be able to travel to and from each other's countries without paying anything. Without, I mean, the passport control or whatever control is just for record purposes and to capture the statistics of how people go back and forth. But otherwise, they're not supposed to pay anything. And I do think that we should sanction people like that. You should have reported whoever it was.
I did. I even made videos about it, but nothing happened.
I see.
And it's not just me, because I met thousands of people at the border
Yes.
who did not have the 2,000 francs just to cross to Togo, so they were stuck at the border. And the same thing happens from
Was it on the Ghana side?
on the Togo side. So I finished.
You have to pay 2,000
So
francs.
it's everywhere. If the Togolese are coming to Ghana, they have to pay. If Ghanaians are going to Togo, they have to pay. It's something that exists at our borders.
Is it a single stop border crossing point? Because we built, before I left office, I know we built a border crossing point where both the Togolese and Ghanaian immigration and customs were supposed to do a one-stop check.
It's not like that.
You're talking of Aflao?
Aflao, yeah, it's not like that.
Aflao, you come to the Togolese side,
Yeah.
then you cross over, come to the Ghanaian side.
Exactly. Before I let you go, I know my time is.
I hope na don wash and finish, my beautiful people. This our brother Wood Maya when meet president, Ghana ex-president. You know, they talk a lot of things when me go love to see chook mouth inside. If you never wash and go Wood Maya China, go wash and full. This thing where Wood Maya, the conversation when he get with this Ghana ex-president, when he talk about say, okay, you would like to come back. If you come back, wait till you go fit change. And if you come back, you'll fit deal with corrupt people when corrupt, when they steal money, when they do all kind of things for your own party, you'll fit deal with them. He say tell am say wetin go fit do, because right from the time we dey always dey say Africa government, they are our problem, they are this, they are that. And he traveled to Togo, yes, Togo. Then they try to collect money for him hand. Not be say Wood Maya, for that part, me I clear. Not be say he not get the money to pay. How much is 2,000 CFA? It's not even up to 200 naira. Yes, at that time, not up to 200 naira. You know. Now, fee pay, but he make noise. He said, let me make noise so that if they can stop this thing, because a lot of people, they form victim inside, and some people don't get the money to pay, then he make noise. Now, what I really happy for that thing, he can't bring and come. I know say na ex-president of Ghana, but he still get power to fit stay do some kind things. He get power to write letter to president or president when they office now. He get all those power. You see, this as the thing when this our president still talk, he say Oyibo man no come our continent or our country to go repair. You see, we need to repair them by ourselves. Talk about this corrupt, talk about those small things. Now we go do them by ourselves. Okay, they still talk about that is visa free to travel around the Africa. That one's supposed to be. If a Italy or a German man want travel to the around the Shege, now free visa free. Sometimes they use their driving license, they use and they travel. Sometimes best certificate they fit use and travel because they be Shege. Then we the Africa continent, when we will get ECOWAS passport. As far as we be Africa, we supposed to be visa free. Because I get one video when I watch about this our Kenyan woman when married Nigeria, when you say she need to they go out of Nigeria every 3 months. I was shocked. A wife, a mother, when we don't marry, the thing, my country Nigeria, may not look into that, because the thing really break my heart. How can a mother, a wife, Nigeria wife, they go out of the country? If now we both self not supposed to be like that. That one and for that one. Another one when you still talk about wetin again when you still talk about we too dey import that thing. In fact, out of we dey say crisis in Africa, this that import when they import go Africa, na it kill us pass. If na see wetin they call am Chinese economic today, Chinese they don dey import go Chinese, so na Chinese they do everything. If our people go fit do one, you go see Africa continent as we will take bounce back. And I remember when Prophet TB Joshua, may so rest in peace, he say, Africa, go back how we take start. That is farm. We should go back to farming. Today now, take a lot of ox now. We dey see the food, how food content they cause, how everything they cause, because everything that they important. China, everything at China. You see, say many of our youth, they don't want work. They don't want enter farming. Once they just get small money, now to start business, now to start with the import, they come Ghana. He say, if not be only Ghana, I'm talking about all the Africa country. He say many of them, they don't want work again. They don't want invest for farm. Before you see, they will go buy Lamborghini. Before you see, nobody, and we forget na food will go eat. I remember when I dey grow come, a lot of family dey exist, but now people dey buy rice, buy corn, buy garri, buy, and now we see dey cry, hey crisis, hey this, hey that. Nobody wan farm again, and na farm na me and you go take survive. I know say me no like farm but na farm me and you fit take survive. May we still try with the Africa, because God bless us with good land. May we invest into farming. Farming good, no matter what. Farming good. May our government bring things when people take farm. Now this one I get to talk, my people. I'll see you now in my next video. I hope you don't watch the video. Join this beautiful family. If you never subscribe.
Last, now everybody go to breakfast.